You know that feeling when you wake up to something that just grates on you like nails on a chalkboard, but it's your life, not just a sound? That was me, every morning, staring out my window in Pineview Grove, Tennessee, watching my pristine lawn get torn to shreds by a 2026 Ford Explorer driven by none other than Linda Harper, our HOA president, who treated my front yard like her personal highway. I'm Jake Miller, and this is the story of how I turned her arrogance into a neighborhood legend with nothing but a few plants and a whole lot of patience. It started small, like most fights do. I'd spent years turning my lawn into a thing of beauty crisp stripes, emerald green, the kind of grass you'd see in a golf course ad. It was my therapy, my escape from the chaos of a desk job and a world that felt like it was always screaming. But one March morning, after a big rain, I noticed two faint tire tracks cutting across my yard like a sloppy signature. I figure it was a fluky delivery guy who missed the curb, maybe a kid showing off. But the next day, there they were again, deeper, uglier, the grass ripped up, mud sprayed onto my sidewalk like some kind of crime scene. By the end of the week, it was a ritual. Every morning between 7:10 and 7:25, those tracks appeared, precise as a surgeon's cut, always in the same spot, like someone was mocking me. I'm not a hothead, but this was personal. My lawn was my pride, my little corner of order, and someone was treating it like a doormat. I started waking up early, staking out my own house like some wannabe detective, peering through the blinds with coffee going cold in my hand. But I was always too late, just me, the sunrise, and those damn tire marks laughing at me. I asked around casual-like while walking my dog, Rusty. "Hey, you seen anyone cutting through my yard?" My neighbors, good folks, mostly gave me shrugs, quick subject changes, or that awkward smile you get when someone knows more than they're letting on. That's when I knew this wasn't random. This was Pineview Grove, where secrets hide behind perfect mailboxes and HOA rulebooks thicker than a Bible. So I got smart. Ordered a cheap security camera online $40, motion detecting, the kind they advertise at 2 a.m. when you're half asleep. I set it up on my mailbox, angled to catch the corner of my lawn where the tracks always showed up. That night, I sat on my porch, Rusty snoring at my feet, staring at the camera's little red light blinking in the dark. For the first time, I felt like I was taking back control, like I wasn't just a guy with a ruined lawn. Next morning, I'm at my kitchen table, app open, scrolling through the footage with my heart pounding like I'm about to uncover a conspiracy. Shadows, a stray cat, headlights on a main road, then boom, there it is. A shiny 2026 Ford Explorer, chrome gleaming under the street lamp, rolling across my grass like it's a red carpet. And behind the wheel, Linda Harper, sunglasses at 7:15 a.m., one hand on the wheel, the other holding a coffee, smirking like she owned the whole damn neighborhood. My jaw hit the floor. Linda, the woman who'd fined me $75 last year because my trash can sat out for an extra hour, who lectured me about my hedges being a quarter-inch too tall, was tearing up my yard every single day. I watched that clip over and over, my shock turning to fury. This wasn't just about grass, this was about power. Linda ran the HOA like her personal empire, dishing out fines for crooked mailboxes or Christmas lights left up past New Year's. She was the queen bee, half the neighborhood kissing up to her, the other half too scared to cross her. And here she was, using my lawn as her shortcut, not even bothering to hide it. That smirk, that casual wave she threw at a jogger as her tires chewed my grass, it was like she was daring me to do something. I tried to be reasonable, I swear. Figured I'd talk to her, neighbor to neighbor, at the HOA's monthly cleanup. Picture it. Linda strutting around with her clipboard, pearls gleaming, while the rest of us picked up stray candy wrappers. I caught her by the community garden, put on my best calm voice. "Linda, got a sec? My lawn's getting torn up tire tracks every morning. I've got footage. It's your Explorer." For a split second, her eyes flickered guilt. Maybe, but then she laughed, light and fake, like I'd told a bad joke. "Oh, Jake, it's just grass. It grows back. You sure it's not some delivery truck? Those cameras can be tricky." I felt my blood boil. "It's not tricky, Linda. It's you." Every morning, clear as day. Her smile tightened, and she leaned in, voice low, no more sugarcoating. "Jake, I'm the HOA president. I keep this place running. You make a fuss, you're only making it harder on yourself." She turned, clipboard hugged to her chest, and marched off to scold some kid for missing a leaf. I stood there, gripping my rake so hard I thought it'd snap, realizing she didn't just know she didn't care. She thought she was untouchable. From there, it got worse. Linda didn't stop. She slowed down, like she wanted me to see her. One morning, I caught her from my window, her Explorer crawling across my lawn, sunglasses down, giving me a little wave like we were in on some sick joke. Then the letters started. HOA violation notices, signed by Linda herself. First one, failure to maintain lawn appearance. The nerve, she was trashing my yard, then fining me for it. Next, she claimed my garden, gnomes, 3 little guys I'd had forever were aesthetic violations. Then, a warning about my trash can being visible too long. It had been out 20 minutes. Each letter came with a fine $50, $100, $150, like she was trying to bury me in paperwork. I tried fighting fair. At the next HOA meeting, I stood up, heart pounding, and showed my footage on the community center's projector. Linda's Explorer, mud flying, her smug grin and grainy night vision. "This is our HOA president," I said, wrecking my property every day. The room went quiet gasps, a nervous laugh, then Linda stood, all wounded dignity. "This is absurd. That video could be fake. Jake's been a problem for years, upset about his fines, and now he's slandering me." She played the victim card so well, half the room bought it. Neighbors I thought were friends looked away, muttering. By the end, I was the bad guy, and Linda was the martyr. She even leaned in as we left, whispering, "Nice try, Jake. You'll never win." That night, staring at my laptop, the violation letters spread across my table, I felt something shift. I wanted to scream, to march to her house and demand answers. But that's what she wanted, losing it, giving her the chaos she could spin into another fine. Instead, I poured a whiskey, sat back, and let the anger turn cold, sharp, focused. Linda thought she'd won because she had the HOA, the board, the narrative. But she'd forgotten one thing. Arrogance makes you sloppy. And I was done playing her game. I started planning, not with rage, but with precision. I wasn't going to scream or fight dirty. I was going to outsmart her. Spent nights digging through city codes, HOA bylaws, anything that'd let me fight back legally. Turns out, you can't booby trap your yard, but you can make it inconvenient as hell. I sketched out a plan. Heavy planters, low shrubs, a gravel path tasteful, code compliant, but a nightmare for an SUV trying to cut through. It'd look like a landscaping upgrade, not a trap, but it'd stop Linda cold. I called the city, confirmed my property line, saved every email that said reasonable use was my right. I hired a landscaper, a guy named Tom who got my vibe when I said, "Make it pretty, but make it awkward for a car." He grinned, gave me an estimate, and set the job for a Wednesday when Linda was at an HOA meeting. I looped in 2 neighbors, Maggie, a retired nurse who'd clashed with Linda before, and Carlos, a dad who loved a good show. "Be ready with your phones," I told them. "This is going to be worth filming." They were in, Maggie muttering about Linda's damn nerve, Carlos already chuckling. Wednesday came, and by noon, my lawn was transformed. A neat arc of terracotta planters filled with blue salvia, boxwood shrubs, a gravel strip screaming "Walk, don't drive." It looked like it belonged in a magazine, not a vendetta. I stood on my porch, heart racing, watching the camera's red light blink, knowing showtime was coming. That afternoon, My phone pinged motion detected. I opened the app, and there was Linda's Explorer rolling up at 5 p.m., later than usual. She slowed, her face tightening confusion, then irritation, then pure outrage, like the universe had personally insulted her. She tried to push through, her bumper kissing a planter, gravel crunching under her tires. A soft clunk, a puff of soil she cursed, loud enough for my camera to catch it. Neighbors appeared like they'd been waiting for it. Maggie was on her porch, phone up, laughing. Carlos leaned on his truck, filming. Old Mr. Jenkins from down the street shook his head, muttering about time. Linda's face went from smug to stunned to furious. She backed up, tried again, her Explorer wobbling like a drunk tank. Finally, she parked half on the curb, half on the street, and stormed to my porch, heels clicking like gunshots. "What the hell is this, Jake?" she snapped, pointing at the planters like they'd spit in her coffee. I leaned against the railing, calm as a Sunday morning. "Just sprucing up the place, Linda. Community beautification, you know? Looks nice, doesn't it?" Her mouth twitched. No smirk this time, just a thin line of rage. "You'll get fined for this. I'll make sure of it." I held up Tom's business card, smiling. "Check the code. Hired a pro. It's all legal. You might want to check your own driving habits, though." The neighbors chimed in, Maggie calling out, "You're going to find yourself for that planter you hit?" Carlos shouting, "Looks great, Jake." Linda's threats fizzled as phones kept filming, her tantrum playing out for an audience that wasn't clapping. She climbed back in her Explorer. No wave, no swagger, just a tight-jawed retreat. By evening, the videos were everywhere: neighborhood group chats, local Facebook pages, even a meme with dramatic music and HOA Queen versus Planners, round one slapped across it. The comments were brutal. She really thought she owned his yard? Karma's got a green thumb. At the next HOA meeting, Linda tried to fight back, storming in with a speech about my hazardous obstructions. But Maggie stood up, voice steady. "Those planters are gorgeous, Linda. What's hazardous is you driving over Jake's lawn like it's your driveway." Carlos played the clip, the room erupting in laughter. The board, smelling the shift, backed off. "Let's table this," one said. Linda's allies stayed quiet, her power crumbling under the weight of a dozen phone screens. She resigned a month later, claiming family reasons, but we all nushed lost the neighborhood. She didn't go quietly, though. Dragged me to small claims court, claiming harassment, defamation, the works. I walked in with a folder, videos, receipts, city code emails. Laid it out calm. Let the judge watch Linda's Explorer clip a planter, then read her letters fining me for the damage she caused. He laughed, actually laughed, and dismissed the case, ordering her to pay my fees. She stormed out, heels quieter now, her confidence shattered. My lawn healed, the planters bloomed, and Pineview Grove felt different. Neighbors waved more, stopped to chat, even thanked me. Maggie said over the fence, "You did what we all wanted to." Carlos called me a legend. And Linda? Her Explorer stayed off my street, her head down, her reign over. The best part wasn't the win, it was the quiet mornings, coffee in hand, my lawn green and whole again, no tire tracks in sight. Looking back, it wasn't about grass, it was about standing up when someone thinks they can walk all over you. Linda's arrogance was her downfall. All I did was hold up a mirror and let her crash into it. If you've got your own HOA horror story or a time you outsmarted a bully, drop in the comments. I want to hear it. Was I petty or was this justice? You tell me. And if you liked watching Linda's empire crumble, hit that subscribe button. There's plenty more where this came from.